Did you guys see some fireworks out there? Anything good? I'm in my car. You might know me from movies. Oh man, I'm tired today. That I ran out of steam. I ran out of steam. I ran out of OG coffee. All I got is samples. Ran out of coffee. But I'm running out of coffee, guys. Everything's out. I'm running out of coffee. Almost completely out of everything. So if you guys bought the Mac Nut, chocolate covered Mac Nuts, I don't know what happened, but I think I oversold them. So you may have to wait a few extra days to get that in. If that's okay. Man. Let's see what we got here. Still don't have any medium Hawaiian. Don't have any medium estate. Don't have any of that. Don't have any of that. We're out of everything. We used to have a lot of coffee, but now we're running out of everything. Better you don't have to. I'm not gonna push you. All right. Roll out the K cups. That's right. You guys got to go back to the K cups. I don't know, not applicable soon. I got to get back into the teas. I do. I shaved. I did. I shaved. Let's see what else. You don't have a choice. So, Aaron, it's gonna be like three. Probably won't have those till Wednesday. So I get little bit of a delay. Although I'm sending out your Katura. I look all clean. Don't worry, it'll come back. I look younger. I feel younger. You guys ever watch that HBO show Younger, where that 40-year-old woman pretends to be 20, and then she hangs out with all these 20-year-olds? I got my Facebook up again and simulcasting, and it feels like I'm seeing ghosts because there's all these people from 2020. All those people, they're there. They're still there. Seeing some ghosts. So, you feel good from the white coffee? The white coffee is strong, definitely strong. Thanks for sharing. And I wish I was feeling good from the white coffee. Makes your partner upset. Does your partner look older, flawless? Is that why you're called flawless? Sounds like you're a dancer or a yoga person. I hope she's not watching this. There you go. Flawless movements. All right, guys. Well, that's unfortunate. It's dietary. You gotta tell her to drink more coffee. Sith Lord, that's what I'm talking about. Who here is a Sith? Sith? We're gonna do a poll. How about that? Let's do another poll. Sith or Jedi? Yeah. Here's our here's our here's our poll of the day. Happy 4th of July, guys. I decided today I'm not giving America spaceships. No spaceships for America. That's what I decided today. No spaceships. No spaceships. That's right. No spaceships. We're gonna stick to selling coffee. No spaceships. You guys, as soon as they wanted, and it's gonna be okay. You know, I told you guys, Cummy China. It's not Commie China. It's Cummy. Cummy China is gonna can has because I published my spaceships, right? Because they wouldn't believe me. The government wouldn't believe me. The retards in the government wouldn't believe that the spaceships were real. They thought I was crazy. They even got me a psychiatrist. They're real. But I have a layer of protection because I only revealed the clankers because I knew people wouldn't believe it. And so I have this electron propulsion device which destroys the clankers. So we're going to be okay, but I'm not even going to give no spaceships for America. Not until justice is served. So I'm going to hold out. I'm going to hold out on the spaceships. Sorry, guys. So we're going to focus on coffee. No spaceships for America. At least for now. We're going to focus on the coffee. You have no idea. Exactly. You want to be a great Jedi. Open source. It's published. It's a published patent now. But those are the clankers. Those spaceships don't even really, they're just someone could have figured those out 150 years ago. I have the next one, which is it, which is Sith. It's close. 15 to 13. 15 to 13. Sith to Jedi. I have no brain, flawless. I have no brain. Yep, I have no brain, and so I've learned. No, seriously, I have no brain. So it just comes out. It just flows because when you have a brain, you have to think. Sith or Jedi? It's a good question. I never really liked Star Wars. I never really liked Star Wars at all. So I wouldn't be either. I don't like either of them. I think they're both. I don't like either of them. I abstain. I never liked Star Wars. It's the coffee. It's the trigonolene. It could be. It could be that, but I think it's more that I have no brain. Yeah. So when you don't have a brain, you know, it's you don't need to think about what you're saying. It just all comes out. It's just they're spirits that are just flowing through me, speaking through my mouth, and I don't have to do anything. As long as I don't do anything, it just keeps on coming. It might be the coffee, but I'm freaking tired. Discount deals, so I don't know. I need more coffee. Turn yap 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 yap. That's what I hear. Yap yap yap. That's what I hear too. But no, today I decided on this July 4th, no spaceships. I'm not releasing them. I told you guys that the Air Force is like, we want them now. I'm gonna be like, I'm not giving them to you. I'm sorry, guys. Not giving them. I'm gonna hold back. I'm just gonna focus on the coffee. Because you start selling people spaceships and just more trouble. I've been through this. Now the spaceships companies are gonna come and try to poison you and give your family drugs and get them crazy, and it's just opening up a can of worms. It's until we got to make examples. Off with their heads. We got to make examples, and then we'll have spaceships. Till then, everyone, we all need to suffer through it together. It can take as long as it takes. Even if I die, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. YOLO. So no spaceships. No spaceships for you guys. Not you guys in particular. Interesting. You're an aerospace engineer. That's amazing. Perfect. So you gotta tell your buddies. You have no idea what I'm talking about, though. But they wanted my reactionless thrusters. Now they want it. Now they believe me, and now I'm not giving them. You could always steal it. You could always steal it. All right, guys. So, should we try to sell some coffee today? I don't know. I don't even know. I don't even feel like selling coffee. I have to start doing giveaways if we're gonna sell coffee. You guys want some giveaways? Let's do some giveaways. All right, guys. So, sorry. I just want to ramble. I get something off my mind. I'm really just talking to myself. I'm not even talking to you guys. Just talking to myself, and I'm just telling myself because I don't have a brain, so that's the only way. Like I can't think. I don't have a voice in my head. So the only way I can think is by hearing myself talk. I don't like hearing myself talk, but there's no other way for me to think because I don't have a brain. So, but I know you guys are out there listening, and I decided I'm not giving you guys spaceships. I'm just gonna let you guys keep on farting your way through space, and then spending all this money, and then once you've spent all the money, then I'll give you the spaceships, and then it'll make the rest of the money that you already spent worthless. Tempura squash flowers, interesting. I bet so. Just frying up the squash flowers. I have one. It's on my YouTube. You can look at it. And that one's the Clankers flawless movement. That's funny. It must be meant to be. But that's on my YouTube. You can go check it out. I approved it, but people can't. People are starting to believe it. So the former head of the Air Force Research Laboratory, asked me for some equity on the spaceship company, and I was like, I'm not. And I start to think about it. It's at Rooster Farms Coffee. I already talked to all the people I need to talk to, and I just don't want to give it to him anymore because I need justice first. I made those spaceships to get justice, and now I'm going to give them up. I don't know. I don't know. It's backwards. It's all backwards. And now you're going to be asking justice for what? I don't want to have to go into it. If you're just joining me here, I don't want to have to go into it. It's just going to make me upset. But, Drumpy doesn't want to hear it either. Rumpy doesn't want to hear it either. Here, why don't give me a sec here. Let me give you the link. Let me just give you the link to the. It's not even. It's still right now. It's still only on a little air rail, and I've built it to all different sizes and shapes, and but now that there's real interest in it, I don't want to. I'm not trying to give it up anymore. That's just how it goes. It's just how it goes when you're dealing with a crazy person. So you don't know how much I had to go through. This one's blocked. Unfortunately, the only video of the spaceship is blocked. I'm sorry, guys. Did I upload the other videos? I didn't. Well, there you go. That's the problem with. Yeah, I don't. I guess I didn't upload it. Well, you got the NASA tech leak. Come on, let's see if that's there. Hold on, guys. Mm, yeah, I don't. You know what? It's on my Vimeo. Here, I'll just give you a link if you really are interested, because I have to generate demand. I have to make you guys want it. This way, I cannot give it to you. So I can't keep it a secret. Okay, here we go. Here, I'll give you a share Vimeo link. So if you guys want to see it FBI is my friend. Here we go. You guys can copy that video. I was just looking for my link. So for flawless movements, here it is. Here's the link right there. Here, I'll give you that link. That's at the University of Hawaii on a frictionless air rail. I've done it on water. Done it. We just need a space test. So if you do want to look at it, this, but people don't want to believe it. But this, if it works, it proves that we don't need rocket fuel in space, and it's really really simple. And I can explain it. Yeah, forget it. You're right. Forget it. No, no independence. We're gonna be grounded. We're grounded. Literally, we're still grounded. I'm just grounding everybody. All right, let's do some coffee. So, forget about the spaceships. We got coffee. Why do you even need spaceships when you have coffee? What are spaceships going to do for you? Nothing. But coffee, Hawaiian coffee. I'm coming to you live from Hawaii. I'm in the most beautiful parking lots in the world. The link isn't working. Is it a private link? Oh my god. This is ridiculous. Is it a private link now? It's private. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna switch it to public. All right, now it's gonna work. Now it's gonna work. Try it again. It's not that impressive, but here it is. Now it's public. Sorry guys. I put it on private. You know, I was afraid that the ITAR export controls, but now it's published. Now it's published. They didn't steal it. They would. They're the ones who told me about it. They told me this existed. They said, you can figure this out. But then they freaking, anyway, they told me about it. And then I figured it out. They're like, we got stuff like this, but we got stuff like this, but, you know, we can't figure out how it works, so we can't reproduce it. So I was like, okay, let me reproduce it. And I reproduced it. So here it is. I put it off private because I was afraid of, anyway, anyway. All right, so Kona coffee. Let's talk about Kona coffee. Kona coffee is grown on those hills out there. We're at the beach right now, but you can see every afternoon we get this cloud cover. We get this cloud cover, and this cloud cover is one of the reasons why this coffee is so good. Higher elevations, less sunlight allows the coffee beans to grow denser, and then in those clouds, you see that haze. That's volcanic ash, and that makes it so that the the rain gathers micronutrients and replenishes the soil slowly, making our beans actually grow bigger than beans from anywhere else in the world. That also makes our beans reach its full genetic potential. It also makes everything that grows out here bigger, sweeter, less bitter, including the chocolate, the turmeric, and, and that's one of the reasons why our coffee is a lot tastier. And this coffee will guarantee not to give you any acid reflux or indigestion. It's because of how well developed and low in bitterness it is, how well, I guess, well fertilized the soil is with micronutrients, and then it's also because of how we pick the coffee. Right, most of the world's coffee is actually picked with the machine, and when you pick coffee with the machine, something like 20% of the beans are going to be unripe. And we'll do some $1 auctions, and let's do some more giveaways. Lack of atmosphere. Yeah, people think it's pushing air, but there's no way it's pushing air. Um, but that's a common, because if you hold it in your hand, you can feel it. It's way too strong to be pushing air. But I don't need to argue about it. You know, I've gone through this a million times. Talked to NASA astronauts. They're holding their hands. You can see them, their hand moving forward, and they still like the mind plays tricks on you. It's it's a shit show. The theory, it's a religion. The theory is too the religion is too strong. So I'm not even gonna bother. We're just gonna let Commie China destroy us. That's the plan. Hey, I'm Chinese. We're just gonna let Commie China destroy us. All right, guys. 2 ounce Hawaiian dark. I know it's offensive. I know I shouldn't have said that. 2 ounce Hawaiian dark sampler, but you guys will know why when it happens. I warned you. We had it. I tried for 6 years. to give the Air Force, and they finally coming around. You know, look up Genergo Flawless Movement. It's a Italian company, and they actually have 5 years of space heritage on a similar thruster. I just mine is just way more powerful, but they actually have a issued patent, Genergo GE Genergo, and they've been working with SpaceX. They have 5 years of space heritage, but they just jiggle their way through it. Mine, you can actually control it, and that's generation one. I have one that runs purely off electrons, but anyway, we're not gonna no spaceships for the humans. We already have spaceships. That's awesome. Well, that is awesome, and but again, I can't help. Maybe you guys will probably eventually figure it out. All right, so we got 2 ounce Hawaiian dark samplers. These are going to be sweet and smooth with no bitterness and no sourness. Um, Kami China. Kami China gets our. I'm not. I'm not even worried about Kami China. I'm more worried about other people that we can't talk about. So Kami China is just my scapegoat because Kami China, all they got is Hong Kong. You know, the only massage parlors they got here is Hong Kong. But we got far bigger problems than Kami China. All right, so we got 2 ounces of the Hawaiian dark sampler here, and everyone gets really, I know we get all worked up when we start talking about Kami China. We got some 2 ounce dark samplers here. It's not Kami China, it's Kami China because of the Hong Kong, the Hong Kong massage parlors. But that's all they got here. They don't have anything else, so it's not. We already got rid of most of those. 2 ounce dark samplers. This coffee guaranteed not to give you any acid reflux or indigestion, mainly because of how we pick it. So all of our coffee is picked by hand, and we pick the coffee overripe. We wait for the coffee to become soft and ready to fall off the trees before picking it, and as a result of that, something like 20% of the beans are gonna be right. Well, I'm sorry, picking not our beans. If you machine harvest coffee, 20% coffee tastes like any other unripe fruit. It's going to be sour and bitter. It's going to give you acid reflux and indigestion. Imagine waking up every morning and eating a cup of sour strawberries. It's almost like listening to me every morning, every day. You're just going to get indigestion and acid reflux. But if you drink coffee that has no bitterness and no sourness, um, I'm going to focus on the coffee. The spaceships, I've already dealt with those people, and they're gonna try to ruin my life. We have to make examples first, and then only then will it be safe for us to have space, for me to have spaceships. This is about me. I used to be about us. I wish, right? That's the real goal. We gotta get the moon people to start buying because they want spaceships. New Jersey in the house. I mean, they starving. Those aliens are starving Marvin, right? Starving Marvin and they have the same name. It's because this Marvins are Martian are starving, and and they just need some coffee. So that's why they always steal the cow guts because they're hungry. They're hungry out there, and they got gold. They got gold. We got to get that gold. Maybe that's what's going on. I can tell you about that too, trim coordinator. That's when you're a scientist, what they do at the bars, and actually to say that one of those scientists, what's her name? I don't remember her name anymore, but she was saying the same thing. the local mob will just target you and give you drugs until you get lost. And that's just a thing they do to scientists because they want to know what you're about, right? It's pretty actually pretty it's not even really malicious, but people just go too far, and once after a certain number of hits of LSD, you're just gonna wander off into the forest and disappear. Oh yeah, the white coffee is strong, right? That stuff's good stuff. So yeah, if you guys if you need some ganas, if you need some of that in you, the white coffee is the way to go. Whereas your dark coffee is just for people who love coffee. You're not trying to get any effect out of the coffee. You just want a coffee that's sweet and smooth, easy on your stomach. Go with the dark. If you want something that's going to give you a buzz, going to give you that ganas, it's going to give you that strength, then the white coffee is good stuff. But the white coffee, you got to use it with caution because it's only going to, for me, I just need more and more and more. Now when I drink the white coffee, I just get tired. So there's definitely MF Duck. How you doing? Good to see you. So now you're just gonna be tired at the end. So you do have to drink it with caution. Don't chase it. Treat it like it's a drug, even if it's just a mild drug. You're definitely gonna be The white coffee is strong. It is strong, and this next batch of white coffee is even stronger. So the last batch, if you guys got some of that white coffee, that last batch it is body relaxation. Yep. It does make your body feel really nice. And that's because of the trigonolene in the coffee. Right, we're talking about the white coffee right now. Our white coffee is roasted so light that it's still raw. And why don't I run a few samples of that? It's so light that it's still raw. And as a result of that, the coffee is way smooth. I mean, it's got 10 times more trigonolene. Coffee has two alkaloids in it. Um, alkaloids are things like caffeine, trigonolene, nicotine. Opiates are alkaloids. Slow moving mornings gets you going. Yeah. But at some point, Rumpy, and I'm at that point, now my mornings are slow unless I have the white coffee. So it definitely, like anything, um, if you got an 8 ounce, it should be a new batch. Yep. Yep. It's the next batch. That's right. And so if you need, you gotta use it with caution. That's all I'm saying. But if you guys look up trigonolene, it's got all sorts of health benefits to it. In terms of rat studies, yeah, and it's only rat studies. It modulated their pain significantly. And why don't I do some 2 ounce Hawaiian whites? This way you guys can get the cheaper white coffee. You don't have to spend the crazy amounts on the extra fancy if you don't want. It's not crazy, but the Hawaiian. I understand. I actually want us to be able to get this stuff for cheap. The cheaper, the better. I don't want to be $8 for 2 ounces is significant. You can get. Whereas this if you do it for $4, that's like good enough for me, good enough for you guys, and it's half the price. I'm all about price, guys. What is the price? Oh, the price of the spaceships is justice. I don't even know who. They're all dead already. It doesn't even make a difference. There's no justice. Once people die, there's no justice. All right. So let's run a bag of the white coffee. Jenner, go. Look it up. Here's the white coffee. It does smell good, right? It smells like a. So there's a 2 ounce sample of white. This will make you 4 8 ounce cups, or for me, it makes me one big 12 ounce cup, and it makes you fly. Here's our 2 ounce Hawaiian white. This is all whole bean. We don't pre-grind it, so you're gonna have to grind it yourself, and you may have to figure out how to grind it. It's a little bit harder to grind. So if you have a burr grinder, it may break your burr grinder. I suggest using a spice grinder. Give me one sec, guys. My wife just called me. For you, you don't have to do anything. But the second they become your wife, everything they ever did for you, you got to pay back. You got to pay it all back. So the more they do for you as your girlfriend, the more you got to do when they're your wife, I think. All right. There we go, Quincy. So here's our 2-ounce white hole. Can you tum the white bag? What do you mean by that? Yeah, it actually tastes like run. Yes, I can run the white bag. It almost tastes like a it smells like freshly baked cornflakes, right? It almost smells like cornflakes, but like really fresh cornflakes. That's what it smells like to me. So tasty stuff. I'm gonna run these shorter if you guys want to just grab them. Let me just run a bunch of these white coffees, and this is the stuff that in rat studies it lowered their insulin level or improved their insulin levels, improved their insulin sensitivity, lowered their glucose levels in their blood, improved their skin, raised NAD levels. It just goes on and on. It's almost like a miracle for rats. Whether it works for humans or not, you guys got to decide for yourself. But I can tell you it does give you kind of like a body high, and it does make you really, really wired for a good 4 hours. So if you guys love monster drinks, let's just focus on that because I don't want to get regulated. If you guys love monster drinks, this is the stuff for you because it's I I don't really drink monster drinks, but I think it's up there. Energy drinks, right? If you love the energy drinks, I would say this is what you need, and it won't cause organ failure and all sorts of crazy stuff like that. Try it. We've had some people on here who have told me it gets rid of neuropathy and all sorts of stuff, and now they're drinking it every day. So, so I want to give you guys something that's a little bit cheaper, so you don't have to spend $8, spend $4, which is pretty good. 12-ounce bags for 27. If you guys want a 12-ounce bag, I can just run those, but these are your. If you guys just want to try it for once and see how it does for you, because it doesn't taste like coffee. It doesn't taste like coffee at all. I mean, a little bit like coffee, but it really tastes almost like a peanut butter corn tea. And so for some of you, maybe if you're drinking it for the taste, I don't really think mocha pots are a great way to make it. I think that's actually a great way to make it. And you got to grind it super fine into a powder, and then the more you can steep it, the better, and it will get you wired. 2 ounces of coffee for 32 ounces of water. Yep. So, or you can make it as an espresso. It'll make you 4 double shots of espresso, right? If you do a drip coffee, I find that the white coffee, if you take half white, half medium, put it in a drip, grind the white to a powder, and grind the medium coarse, and put it on top of the white, that makes it pretty good. But yeah, it's very, very strong stuff. All right, that looks like the last person who wants it. I will run a 12-ounce bag here. And here's a bag of our white as a 12 ounce. Give me one sec, guys. All right, so that's our white coffee, and I'm glad it's working for you, Maul. It worked for me for a while. Worked for me for about 3 months, but I definitely, if you guys are also a little bit, a little bit crazy, it'll bring out the crazy. So I lost my TikTok account, e-commerce. I no longer have e-commerce on my TikTok, and my LinkedIn is permanently suspended. That was about 3 months ago when I first started the white coffee, and it definitely made me relapse. I quit weed for about 2 years, and when I drank the white coffee, one day I just went out and I bought one of the THCA vaporizers legally, but I was sucking on that thing for like 2 3 weeks, and then yeah, so it will it may make you relapse. I quit again, but only because the state seized all of the THC vaporizer pens the day that I went back to get more. And so I can't buy it legally anymore. So that's a warning. The white coffee's coming with a warning, guys. Definitely can mess with you. So be careful. But definitely worth trying. Strong stuff. It's Breaking Bad coffee. All right, so I'll run. How about I run one of these 12-ounce bags at $1 start? But we'll see. But this is the white coffee roasted to only 350 degrees. It's got that other alkaloid in it called trigonylene, and that trigonylene is powerful. You got to weigh it. The scoops, it's hard to do it based on scoops, so you do have to weigh the coffee. This is a 12-ounce bag here, not a 2-ounce bag. And this one will make you 24 to 36 cups of coffee. Aaron's going to get it for 13. He always gets the deals. I don't know. He's got the discipline. I bet you're a good gambler too. But if you drink the white coffee, all that discipline may go out the window, so be careful. All right. That's it for that one, guys. No more white coffee. No more white coffee for you. No spaceships for you. Flawless movements, I think. I think I triggered them. I triggered you. Now you're going to be looking at this thing and you're going to be wondering, what is that guy on Whatnot talking about? But I'm holding it back. I'm not. And I got another one too. I have an electron propulsion, it's all in the Egyptian Book of the Dead. I read about it and then I made one. That should scare people. I read about it in a book that's 2,000 years old, and then I made one. I just like scaring people. I just like scaring people. I just like telling crazy stories. I don't. Oh, Sandon's abusing her powers. Trying to override the long-term directive of holding it back. All right, so we did the white. We did that white coffee. We did the dark coffee. If you guys want any more dark coffee samplers here, I'm doing these for $4. A big chunk of the cost of the samplers is just putting them into a bag and the bag itself. Those two facets of it make it almost a buck 50 almost goes just to packaging. And so I'm trying to cut down on the packaging a little bit because the packaging is definitely a little bit overkill. So I'm hoping to get some cheaper packaging. Yeah, I can run some Kona Dark here. So I do have some of the Kona Estate still. So if you guys want some Estate Kona, I'm doing those for 21. Let me see if I have this here. Probably don't even have that. Just constantly running out of coffee here, so I don't even have it. Because you probably want an 8 ounce, right? I don't even have that anymore. I gotta replan. I gotta see what I got. So give me 1 sec, guys. I'm just pulling up the Kona Estate. And so the Estate coffee compared to the Hawaiian coffee, all of our coffee right now is actually grown on the same trees. So it's just they're gonna have the same flavor profile. They're harvested around the same time. It's just a matter of um, the milling. We basically grade the coffee into the different grades, and the grading is just based on bean density and also it's graded into bean density. I can't imagine, if uh, anyway, I don't talk about it. Let's not talk about it. I talk too much. I talk too much because I don't have a brain. I talk too much because I don't have a brain. It's better not to have a brain. I think a lot of times you say something and then you think about it, right? You think about it and then it slows you down. You think, should I have said that? But obviously, I don't have a brain, so I don't think about should I have said that, and so I can just keep going, and that's why it's better for me, at least, not to have a brain. Oh, I gotta change. Why is that? It's a 4 to 7 ounce shipping profile. It's not even heavy enough. Jesus. All right, here we go. Did I ever tell you guys there's a language where the name for republic is race Jim harlots? Can you guess the language? The Jim harlots. All right, let's try a $1 auction. This is an 8 ounce bag of the Dark Estate. Is that a movie? 8 ounce bag, no brain. That's right. If I only had a brain. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. If I only had a brain. That's why you guys are here. You guys identify with no brain. I'm a no brainer. This coffee is for no brainers. Or no brainer here. All right, this is a 8 ounce bag of Estate coffee. There you go. We're no brainers out here. $17. Jesus. All right, one more bag of these. If I can't get above 20, that's it. No more Estate coffee. But this is 100% Kona coffee. Go look it up. 8 ounces of 100% Kona coffee. You guys are easily paying $30-40 for 8 ounces of Kona coffee. So, Aaron, and you guys, Aaron is cheating you guys. You guys are only cheating yourselves when you don't bid on this coffee. That's all I have to say about that. No thoughts. Just keep it flowing. Thoughts clog it. Thoughts clog it up. No thinking. Easy, Ed. I'm sorry. I don't want them blaming you. You're right. As soon as you start blaming other people, you can only blame yourselves. Aaron has nothing to do with it. He's not cheating you. You're cheating. You're only cheating yourselves. You should never start blaming other people. As soon as you start blaming other people, you start losing. Water to bean ratio should always be 16-1 exotic in terms of weight. So 1 part ground, 16 parts coffee. That's the Specialty Coffee Association. The bags do not all. There's just there's actually just abbreviations written on the bag. So our bag, part of the reason why we keep the cost down is we don't put labels on the bag. It's just, and this coffee was just roasted. Again, just roasted. All of our coffee is roasted within a week. I just got a new batch yesterday, so a lot of most of this coffee was roasted yesterday. 1 ounce by weight, though, because the coffee does have different densities, and if you're getting the Kona Estate, it's probably 25% denser than the then the Hawaiian, and then your extra fancy coffee is like, I mean, your pea berry is like twice as dense as the Kona. You know, so if you're getting pea berry and you're using the same volume, your coffee's going to come out kind of bitter, bitter like me. It's not Aaron's fault that you guys aren't getting this coffee. It's not his fault. You can't listen. That's how I got my. She blames me. You know, everything I did, it just came right back to me. That's why I can't really be mad at her, because every single thing that she says to me is something that I said to her at some point. And we've been together for 24 years, and it's everything she says to me. At some point, I said it to her, so I only have myself to blame. Something in just burned it into her head while she was my girlfriend, and now that she's my wife, the roles have been switched, and it's now I have to. I'm just paying. I'm paying it all back. They do. They should work. Yep. They should definitely work. And this coffee does really well. I'll do one more of this. This coffee does really well in coffee makers. Like when I make this coffee in the coffee maker, it just tastes like a toasted caramel. So I usually make my coffee with pour overs, but lately I've been converted to coffee makers. Like it just comes out sweeter. You got more like your exes. It just comes out sweeter. So I'm kind of veering towards making stuff with coffee makers. $8 for oh god. Oh, Aaron came in, saved the day. You see, he's actually saving the day. He's not. So he's saving the day. And I still owe him 8 ounces of medium couture. So he's got faith. He's bidding on coffee and he still hasn't gotten his coffee, and he's got Mac nuts that are back ordered. It's just a mess. So just a mess. All right, so that's our Kona estate. I'm gonna run out of that pretty soon too. So then I'm pretty soon I'm only gonna have the pea berry, the white, the Hawaiian. I don't know what I'll have next week. I gotta get more coffee roasted. All right. But that was our estate coffee. The estate coffee combines the top four grades of coffee. Prime, number one, fancy and extra fancy. The next step up is our extra fancy. How about we do? Oh, let's do some pea berry. This was just roasted yesterday. We have a light, medium, and dark. Light pea berry is gonna be somewhat close to the white coffee. You know, the pea berry is so dense, the center of the bean doesn't quite roast. So if you think about the range of flavors, like in your regular coffee, let's say the range is like this. In your white coffee, in your pea berry coffee, the range lengthens. So you get more of the rawness and more of the cooked, because the pea berry bean is smaller, but it's also really, really dense. So because it's smaller, it has less of a surface area to volume ratio, and that means there's more escape, and the outside just roasts more because it's smaller bean. But the inside, because it's so dense, doesn't quite get roasted as much. So the flavor of the coffee just there's a broader range of flavors. You get more of the nuttiness and more of the sweetness. As you roast your coffee darker, it gets sweeter. But then the less you roast the coffee, it stays fruitier, it stays nuttier. And so it's the pea berry. It's just a different kind of range of flavors than you get from other coffees. So this is our light pea berry here. Um, dollar start here. I don't have that caffeine quantified. I put in another order for OG, but it's gonna be a few weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. 50 pounds of that at a time. I might have more. I'll go check. But and so the pea berry, Mike actually got a deal on that. The pea berry is the retail on this is $56 for um for 7 ounces. On our website, I think it's like $90. And this light pea berry is very fruity. You get a little honey flavor to it. It's and it will give you a buzz that's stronger than our light Hawaiian, so more towards um, the white coffee you will get, but you get more flavor in this than the white coffee. So this will still be tasting like coffee. Pea berry, it takes about 100 pounds of our coffee to produce 1 pound of pea berry. Even though pea berry is 1 to 3% of the crop, the pea berry will still have damage on it, and then it has to meet the Kona standard. So we have to get you still get rid of some of the pea berry. It has to have less than 10% defect. So you can only have 1 in 10 beans can on the pea berry can have a chip on it. But the pea berry looks like a little football. It's relatively hard to get, but I've been able to get it consistently lately. So that it's not. I hope to be able to keep this in stock. But this is our light pea berry, and it looks like Mike Lamb is the only one looking for the light. The medium pea berry, I'm going to move on to the next one. The medium pea berry sampler is quite a bit sweeter. More of that. The chocolate flavor comes out. It tastes like a chocolate covered raisin in many ways. Will, are you doing okay? All right. I'm with my daughter right now, but she wanted to watch TV, so I decided to do this. I don't know how you guys feel about letting my daughter watch YouTube. Well, you know what? It's none of your business. I spend 8 hours a day with my daughter. All right. Anyway, I'm sorry, guys. I do. I talk to my daughter in a little voice. Paw Patrol. 16/64 is the pea berry, and I'm gonna try this one more time, guys. If we can't get this to 8, this is the next one's the only other sampler of the medium pea berry I'm gonna run. This one does have a honey flavor to it, almost a fermented honey, and it's really good for espresso. It's almost buttery. So when you drink this coffee, you're gonna notice it leaves your tongue feeling like it got coated with this layer of somewhat strong oil. 2 ounces should make you four 8 ounce cups or 4 double shots if you're making it in a mocha or like an espresso. If you're making it in drip, you should be able to get roughly 32 ounces of coffee. And Bluey, she likes Bluey. Bluey's a girl. Did you know that? I thought Blue was a boy, but Bluey's a girl. Bluey and her sister. What was her sister's name? I don't remember, but they're both actually girls. I always thought Blue was a boy, but I was wrong. And so this is our medium pea berry. This pea berry will make you 4 8-ounce cups or more. It is a much denser bean. It's got that sweet smoothness to it that you don't find in all the other coffees. It's also got this honey flavor to it. Bingo. And they're both girls, I think. I think they're both girls. I thought Blue was a boy, but no more yellow, JD. No more yellow couture for now. Um, but but apparently the first of the yellow coutures is being picked now, so we might have more as soon as I was saying not till October, but we might get some in like 6 to 8 weeks. Apparently, it's being picked now. I don't know how if it's going to be as good because the early season coffee, you know, it ripened early, so it means it was less dense. It's really that late coffee that's really good, like the October November coffee is when it really you get the densest, biggest beans. So I don't know how good that first batch the 2020 was it 2026 2027 coffee is going to be in terms of this first batch coming in, but we haven't gotten any yet, so we'll see when we get there. So that was our medium pea berry. You want to get out of here? Where do you want to go? Want to go to the beach? All right. All right, guys. I think I have to go. My daughter wants to go to the beach. I'm sorry, guys. That was a short show. So Aaron got the final win there. I'll be back. Bookmark my future shows, if you will. I'll be on usually the morning one. I'm always on. I'm coming. I'm coming. All right.
I can press the right button.
We got to drive to the beach. So we're gonna. Let me just end this show, and I'll see you guys later. See you guys later. Um, should we send you off to popcorn? I know, Sandon, you asked me some questions about that, and the answer is I don't know.